Welcome to the Engineering Podcast, a podcast from the engineers at Rocket.Chat. We will be discussing new implementations, problems faced, what's coming, and everything else related to our daily work, always with a technical perspective to keep you up to date. Hello, folks. I'm Rodrigo Nascimento, your host as always, and I have with me today our backend leader and co-founder, Diego Sampaio, our apps engine leader, Douglas Gubert, our cloud leader, Aranogo, our front-end leader, Guilherme Gazzo, our mobile leader, Diego Mello, and our Omnichannel product manager, Renato Becker. So starting this week, since you skipped the last one, we had some releases during this 2 weeks period. We have now the 3.13 release, the final release with some news and new features. And it was delayed. It was released a few days ago, and not on 27 as usual. Even the release candidate was on 23rd, I think, and it was released earlier this month. But the next release is scheduled to be as usual. We had some security releases during the release candidate period of 3.13. Those are the 3.12.3, 3.11.3, and 3.10.7. So please upgrade. Those are important fixes. So moving on to Diego Sampaio from the backend team to talk a little bit more about news on the 3.13. Diego.
Hi everyone. Yeah, on the we had a little delay on 3.13 release because we were working on the long-awaited Teams feature. We finally got every bug fixed, and we are now confident that it's a good release. It has a lot of other bug fixes, but the main feature of this release is definitely the Teams feature. I know that some blog posts or something with more details about that will be published, I guess, this week still. But yeah, the team were working very hard on that. It was the first implementation using the new services or microservices framework. So we had a lot of technical challenges during the development of the feature, but we sorted them out and all out. And yep, we are very happy about that.
Cool. More things in TypeScript now.
And yeah, that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, and the documentation is still being developed as well about this new APIs, and everything else will be out soon. So the team did as much as possible to make the release out on the feature out on this release. So some other, as Diego mentioned, blog posts and guides and API documentations will land soon. So, okay, moving to the apps engine then, Doug, what's going on there?
Hey, nothing as exciting as Teams, but we are investigating a problem in the scheduler API we're having with one of our internal apps. We use it for our onboardings and team building activities. Yeah, we're still trying to pin down what is the actual problem, but something that seems to be specific to this one app, but we're trying to understand if somehow there is a kind of configuration or a manner of doing stuff that is making the scheduler lose the register of recurring tasks. So that's one of the things. We're still working on the refactoring of the app's internal bridges. As I've mentioned before, it's one of the foundational improvements we need to support the future of the project. And apart from that, we are also looking for other ways to improve the maintainability and the scalability of the project. We expect to grow a lot this year and the years to come. So we need to have like a strong foundation on which we can build upon. And that's going to be it from us this week.
Cool. Yeah, that's true. Okay, the cloud side, Aaron, what's going on there?
Hello, folks. Stealing Douglas's greeting. We're actually working through a lot of infrastructure automation stuff again. I guess we haven't ever really stopped, but we do have one thing to highlight that I think is kind of cool. Working on dynamic inventory with Ansible, working with OVH and other providers' APIs to kind of make the whole server inventory and role mapping a little more automated. I think this is kind of a cool thing, so I wanted to share it. Another, I guess, news is so we're ready to release our first app with the add-on, with an add-on to the marketplace. We finished the add-ons a while back, and actually we've been talking about the Omni Gateway and the all the developments there. We're now to a place where we're actually ready to release that. So this week we expect to actually release that. We're working, I guess, for the last 2-3 weeks now with the Omnichannel team to get this all squared away. So we're ready to move to a release this week. And I guess finally, something that's kind of interesting to mention here is we're working on the onboarding flow. Well, more like the registration flow. 2 different registration flows. One to actually like from cloud to go to cloud trial all the way through to how you're inside of a trial. That whole flow. It's not quite as seamless as it should be. There's actually a couple different points where it says you're ready to use the trial, but you're not ready to use. So we're trying to clean that up and make it a very streamlined flow. And then I think also we've in the past there's a new registration flow for self-hosted to link your self-hosted workspace to cloud. That flow we're going over again, making sure that it's I guess the technical details are in alignment with the design, and we're looking forward to, I guess, a couple different flows to change and big improvements there. That's it for the cloud team.
Thank you. Nice that you mentioned about automation. It's one of the engineering OKRs to automate and document a lot of things this year. So probably people will see these more and more in these notes. Okay, Q. The next one is the front end. Guilherme Gazzo. What's going on there?
So I think Diego already spoiled but we have been working on themes, and I think it's worth mentioning that that took more time than we expected because we inserted a last step from QA. So the team provide a list with test case, then we had few regressions, and that's why we spent more time because we are trying to improve this quality, or at least not release a few unexpected behaviors. And we restarted the rewrite development. Now we are focused in finish the message. We already have the message written in React, but still only the component without any logic or behavior, just the component itself, the CSS and the styles. And yeah, I think we're gonna put effort to remove the Blaze message template over the React. And yeah, that's the most exciting I have to mention. Yeah.
that are great news for sure.
Yeah, I really hope that we will not bring a lot of like complaints or bugs, but yeah, this is it should be like an exciting and good thing.
It's nice to mention that as you said, it was the first feature, I guess, with the QA process on top of it. It's not the the final QA process we are planning to have yet, but a first feature with the whole QA process running before we deliver the feature.
Yeah,
So our first experience.
now we have at least an agreement that things were working when we released. If of course next month the things can change, but for now we like every teams are at the same page, like with the same task, and yeah, that's it.
Cool. Next one is mobile. Jake Mello. What are the news there?
Hello, everybody. We've been working on 4.16, which we plan to release a beta later today. On that version, the major highlight is the basic support to Teams feature. And by basic, I mean just chatting and navigating through Teams channels. But we also fixed a lot of bugs, and as a highlights for the bugs, we fixed the regression making authentication via deep linking not to work. And also we fixed SSO not working with 2FA. We also added user status icons, just like the web have for a while already. And we added a message option to room info. So now it's possible to navigate to the room just by tapping the room mention and then the message button on the room page info. Next steps is, as I said, release a beta alert later today. And then this version is probably going to production next Monday on April 12th, maybe? I don't know. Is it 12? Yeah, is it 12?
Yeah.
Next Monday, April 12th. And for the next version, the plan is to release then the full support to teams, create team, add members, and make channel, and etc. And also jump to message. And that's it. Thank you, guys.
Cool. The next one is the Omnichannel. Renato, what's going on there?
Hi, Rodrigo. Hi, folks. So there are a couple improvements and new features coming out with the latest release, 3.13. Most of them are customer-facing improvements and features. For instance, now we are actually we have created a new toolbox, a new area that are now placed in the chat room header. So Omnichannel agents will find a few quick action buttons there. They'll be able to perform some actions such as closing the conversation, forward, and also place the chat on hold and all that stuff. So it's easier, to perform those actions. And but there are more. We have created a new room information panel for Omnichannel, which means that we are deprecating the old visitor info panel. We are delivering new UI components written on React. So the agents will find more information there, such as some statistics, how long the user is waiting the queue, a couple informations. And also the agents will find another panel. It's called the contact profile panel. So there they will be able to see all information about the contact, But there are more. And the other important feature to mention today, it's an enterprise feature, that is the new on-hold queue. The on-hold queue is a feature that aims to help agents to improve their productivity and it will work very well in conjunction with the waiting queue feature. So the agents will be able to deal with abandoned conversations. They will be able to place those conversations on hold and pick new chats in the queue. Currently, they can't do that, And yeah, those are the most important features to mention. But I'd like to talk a bit about our next steps as well. We are now introducing a new mindset when it comes to roadmaps, the way we plan roadmaps, and now we are focused on a new outcome-driven roadmap. So during the current quarter, Q2, we will improve our WhatsApp integration. Currently, Rocket.Chat is compatible with WhatsApp, but the current integrations work through third-party apps or integrations. And now we will deliver our official WhatsApp integration. We submit a new app to our marketplace. So potential new customers, they will find an official WhatsApp integration on our marketplace. This new app will probably be delivered by the end of this month. Other important thing to say is about the onboarding process. We want to provide an effortless setup. Currently, when people sign up Rocket.Chat or when they pass through the onboarding or the setup wizard, the Omnichannel is not part of that process yet. So we want to introduce Rocket.Chat to the onboarding process, to the setup wizard, and make it simpler to set up Omnichannel. And yeah, those are kind of the highlights, some details about what is coming next. But we'll be able to talk about it in the next podcast. So thank you. That's it.
Pretty cool. Thank you, Renato. So from my side, we have finished the reorg plan, reorganization plan of the teams. I've been talking about this during some episodes. Like we are now moving to this well-known kind of Spotify model. It's a kind of matrix structure where you have some squads based on a product. As for example, Renato here is a product manager of the Omnichannel squad that we already have that for some time. But now we're kind of moving all the products, all the areas to has the same mindset of a product squad and having a platform squads as well. So those support the product squads. We are calling them experience teams. And on the horizontal, we have the alignment of the teams. So still having like all the front-enders or the back-enders, developers, or the cloud developers, align with the same leader of the same technology in a way that everyone uses the same best practices and so on. So I hope you can deliver a video on YouTube about explaining that in depth for the internal company, and if possible, we can open that for the community as well. Looking forward, I hope we can have this documented as well. As I was mentioned before, we have an OKR to document more things and automate more things. So all those things we're trying to keep, not all, but most of them open for the community. Some are internal for, like, let's say, our cloud business, and they will be closed, but all the rest we are trying to put as open as possible. And part of this reorganization, we have a consultancy now working with us to develop a better plan of job descriptions and career plans and things like that. And we will put those job descriptions, job families, and everything else in our handbooks open for everyone. So that will help us as well to describe the positions that we're going to open and the descriptions for the job openings. And we help the people to understand what are the positions we have inside the company, and the community to, get inspired if they want to start an open source company as well, as we got inspired by GitLab in those ways. We are as well working to have a developer.rocket.chat as the homepage for our developers. So now we only split the documentation that was referred more to developers, APIs and developer guides, contribution guides to that new domain. The rest of the documentations continue to be on docs.rocket.chat, and we are continuing with the old links there to point into the new area. But the whole future of the developer.rocket.chat is to be a homepage, like you find everything from there, not only the documentation from Gitbook that we are using today, but a place for you to register as a developer for the marketplace, to meet applications, a place to find guides, a place to go to interactive API documentation and things like that. That will be the root for everything. And a lot of courses, videos, and everything that our developer relations team will start generating as well. Everything will be accessible from that single page. We are working a little bit on the, as I mentioned, document things on the architecture of the Rocket.Chat. So trying to expose the whole list of features, list of things, the Rocket.Chat, the backend, the front end, the mobile, the cloud that they have, and in a way that's kind of starting with a mind map now, but we do some polishing as soon as it's ready. It will be part of our documentation, so it will help the new developers inside the company and the contributors as well to understand everything that the product has and what domain it makes part of. So it will help us to organize a little bit the code and to split the responsibilities as well. So each squad will have a portion of that domains to be responsibility of this with the squad. So it will help all those new movements we're doing now. So another thing is we have some new members joining from on the community side. As far as I know, we already have event planning and manager position that joined the company. So we start having some events and creating some materials. We already did the first one for Google Summer of Code students. That was pretty cool and was organized by this guy and Singly here, and had some presence of some old mentors and old students to talk about how to create a proposal and how was like the past experience and things like that. So I hope you're going to have a lot of new events during this year. And we are closing some positions for community manager and for developer relations, a developer evangelist as well, manager, in a way that we can now help better organize our community, be more proactive, and reply quickly to our issues, and point directly the correct developers on every issue or pull request to give some more technical answers. So I think those things will improve a lot during the next weeks. Regarding Google Summer of Code, again, it's time to submit proposals. So if you're interested to submit your proposal, your draft, do it now or as soon as possible, because I don't know when it will end, but it's open already for the mentors to start commenting. And as early as possible, more comments and more feedbacks from the mentors you'll be able to have. And last but not least, we have many positions open on our jobs.rocket.chat page. Please check it there, and we're going to open a lot of new ones for the engineering areas during this month and the next one. Yeah, I think that's all from my side. Thank you all that have participated in this episode, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
You have listened to Engineering Podcast. This episode is available as video on YouTube and audio on your favorite podcast application. For more information, contact community@rocket.chat and give us your feedback.